My percentage is that because, yes, relationships have become transactional because of how a man approaches a woman.
Sweetie, you really believe what you're saying. You really believe that men are going wanting some coochie and saying, hey, I don't want it for free. I'll pay. You really believe that women aren't the ones who turned this thing into transactional with these Birkin bags, with these shots. Listen to Young Miami's song. It's not men who turned this transactional. You know how we know? Hold on. Let me say this. In other communities, guess what? In other communities, we don't have to do for them what we have to do for black women to have sex. They have sex with us because they think black men are God's gift to the planet.
Hey, y'all.
Shout out to the real Stacey Prince, all right? The backup man in transactional relationships. He trashes it, of course. Logic will always beat delusion. Let's get into it. I ain't gonna waste no time. You already know what I'm about to do. Let's go.
The white community, the Asian community, the Latino community. You think that they don't have situations where he needed $7,000 from her income tax for this invention? And that has happened 3 times and it didn't work. Our women, they don't even know you're supposed to do that. They'll get on social media talking about, gave this nigga X amount of money and this idea didn't work. Usually it won't work the first, second, or third time, but that's why they succeed and excel over us, because their women aren't pit against their men. What you guys have done is you've done so many bad things to where your value is very, very low. So most quality men aren't going to come into a relationship like that. And if you disagree, I'm going to ask you a question.
I think one of the reasons why black women don't have staying power, right, in relationships and trying to help build a man, because I might get some criticism for this, but they're not really used to seeing black men as entrepreneurs, right? Back in the day, it was get a good job, get a pension, life insurance, something to leave it when you pass on. But in this day and age, it's more about entrepreneurial moves, and they trying to get the prize at the end. They ain't trying to help build nobody. And once they see something bad happen, something negative happen in the process, they out of there.
Question: you have kids?
I do.
You have a boy, don't you?
I don't.
Okay, you do now. That boy comes to you at 19 years old. You have been going nuts about this college tuition. I'm talking about you've been working 2 jobs. Google wants him. Microsoft wants. This boy is excelling. He comes home to you one day and says, I wasn't going to tell you this, Mom, but there's a girl. She has 2 or 3 kids by 2 or 3 different men, and I'm thinking about getting serious. Would you encourage him and tell him, I think that's a good idea, son?
My honest answer, I will let my son do whatever he wants to do.
I'm asking your opinion, ma'am. Would you tell him you believe that's a good idea?
If he thinks that's what he wants to do, it's a good idea.
There's an old saying that goes, if she's breathing, she's lying.
If he thinks that's what he wants to do, it's a good idea.
If your son came to you and told you, Mom, they're doing it at school. I don't know if it's coke or what, but they're sniffing it, and I'm really thinking about sniffing some. Would you tell him you think that's a good idea?
We're talking about 2 different things.
I'm just asking you a question, ma'am. I'm hoping that you'll answer. It's simple questions, really.
Things, no.
So you wouldn't tell him you think that's a good idea? Your life, listen, who you end up with is the most important decision that you could ever make. So you'll tell him not to try this recreational thing, but you won't tell him who the hell is going to be having him on child support, have his driver's license suspended, who's going to be cheating on him.
You can't even have a genuine conversation with them. She wants to avoid the truth by saying, I'll just let him do what he want to do and let him just ruin himself because she doesn't want to answer the question truthfully. Disingenuous, man. You can't make it up. Talk to him for a minute or 2. Ask him some legit, logical questions. Simple questions. Either they can't answer it or they don't want to answer it. She's definitely purposely not answering because she knows what the truth is.
You won't give him advice about that?
When it comes and this is coming from the therapeutic side of me. I
Wow.
don't go up against anybody and who they love.
Your son? You're not going to give your son guidance? And I'm going to be honest with you, ma'am. This is where there's 200 people in here. We all know that you're being disingenuous and dishonest right now. We know that for a fact.
You're asking me, would I tell my son?
No, ma'am. I said, would you encourage him to proceed on with that? Would you say, I think that's a good idea?
Listen, if that's what he wants to do, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to support that, however that looks. But no, I mean, that's just my point. I'm
going to ask you again. Would you encourage your son?
A certain amount of ways. I'm telling you. If let's use my daughter for example. If she come home and says,
"Ma'am, I'm just trying to get you to answer my question, not the daughter. I'm trying to. Let's have an adult conversation."
Yeah, I would.
Okay, so somebody down there says she's a bad parent. You're telling us, do you know how much it costs to raise one child from the age of conception to the age of 18? It's a little over $300,000.
Many parents go up against their kids for who they love instead of having certain conversations with them.
Man, we didn't say anything about love. We didn't say anything about love.
Conversations with them, and you're having conversations with them. Half of the people on this screen.
She's going all around in circles instead of just acknowledging the word encourage. She knows what encourage means. She knows what encourage means.
Matter. At least the parent knows that they they did all they could and gave the best advice that they could.
I'm not suggesting a thing, but we're going to have conversations.
But there's going to be guys. I'm really trying to get you to cooperate with me. Like, listen, you're a grown
Good luck.
You're a grown woman. I am asking you a very elementary question.
I just said, yeah, I'm going to give you that. Yes. I'm saying yes to what you're saying. Encourage him not to. So let's talk about from that framework.
Okay. Hold on. I want you to listen to this. And hold on, don't say anything. I want you to listen. What you just told me was that black men, probably it wouldn't be in their best interest to date 70% of the women in the black community. I want you to see this. I want to see your side. And I also desire you see our side. That is a tough damn pill to swallow. A lot of guys, dads are telling, don't you mess with no women with no kids. But yet we have to deal with that at a 70-something% rate.
That's the real problem. You ain't gonna get me to do that shit, bro. You can't pay me to do that shit. I'll trick every goddamn day of my life. I'll pay for pussy every day of my life before I do that motherfucking shit.
The real problem is niggerism.
Now, here's my point in bringing that up. I need you to try to put yourself in men's shoes and understand that if what I just said is true, then how do you think we feel about somebody who has been, it's been his, and it's been his, and it's been his. The proof to it is sitting over there on that couch eating some dry Captain Crunch cereal. And the other proof is outside riding his or her bike. We have proof that you have been other men's property. Here's the big thing that everybody's overlooking. Did you know that throughout a lifetime, women were supposed to only belong to one man unless he passed? Did you know that? You're not supposed to be being passed around like this.
That's ridiculous.
Do you know that? You're not supposed to be being passed around like this.
That's ridiculous.
That part right there.
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying? What make you think you greater than Jesus, nigga?
If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Shout out to Stacey Prince. This is an easy one.
And they were married way longer. You guys can't even get married. Not even by hood niggas. Hood niggas aren't marrying black women.
Let me.
Because you're masculine.
Dang.
50 to 70% of women who were surveyed who are currently in a relationship already have a backup plan in case their current man doesn't work out. And I saw, hold on. I saw you support that. How can you support a woman being in a relationship but entertaining other men? What you're doing is with that information, you're destroying the community and you're promoting whoredom.
I need to have a backup plan. You need to always have you in the
And
picture.
you're standing on that. You're standing on that on the internet.
I'm saying this. When I say have a backup plan, I am not talking about having a backup plan with another man. This goes into what I said the first video you played. Be independent, be selfish, have some selfish tendencies about yourself.
Having a backup man is necessary. And here's why. Men do it all the time. They'll get out of a 5-year relationship with no marriage, okay? And with the next girl, be building a home, baby. And all that would happen within a time span of 2 months. Yeah, it'd be that quick. Honestly, girls, we shouldn't even be tied down until we're married anyway, okay? We really should be dating them all. Now, I'm not saying be scandalous and sleep with everybody. It's okay to have a few friends, go on some dates, be courted. Like, it's given if you are not my husband, you are definitely my brother in Christ. Now I understand why the OGs used to be like, oh, that's just my little friend. You're damn right. We ain't wasting 5 years, okay? We ain't giving up our good looks and our youth for some man that ain't ready. Baby, call up Tyrone. Call Brian, Andrew, Jack, Taylor. Let me do a face card check.
If a girl have a backup guy and while she's in a relationship, is that considered cheating?
No, that's considered a backup plan. Y'all like Plan B? So do we. Oh, I like Plan B, C, D, and E.
So on your Plan B, so you're able to not lose yourself in that relationship. A lot of women lose themselves. Now, I'm not saying
they kill me with this lose themselves in a relationship. How do you lose yourself in a relationship? I tell you how you lose yourself in a relationship, because relationships is not about self. This is how you know they're the problem. Relationships are not about self. It's about two people. You got expectations for a man and everything he's supposed to do for you, but they never have any expectations and standards that they stand on that they need to do for a man who's taking care of them. A lot of them are so selfish that they get bored and resent the fact that they have to actually do for a man that they're with.
I'm not saying that. But if we want to play roster for roster and you're dealing with a man who has a roster, baby,
Roster
How do you know he has a roster?
do exactly what some men keep it all the way 100%.
Oh my God.
Some men do.
Do you believe that a lady is supposed to be a lady regardless as to what the man is doing?
Exactly.
Men don't know how to be honest. Women know how to be honest. So that's what I say. If you want to put me in,
If women know how to be honest, why are all of these men finding out that children aren't theirs?
Mr. Taylor! Mr. Taylor, get off of her now!
Just got one more question. And this is a question that you can just leave on out the door with.
okay.
Listen, if you were looking down in America and you could just see everything that's taking place, you could see how every group of people are operating, how every race of people are operating. With the calamity that has taken place in the Black community, who would you say is more responsible for the destruction that has taken place?
If I had to do percentage-wise, the women would probably be giving the men 60, giving the women 40, and this is why I would say this. I would say this. Relationships in our community have become so transactional that women now have the mentality of spend their shit,
really?
go in your go-yard bag, all of these things. Because men do ultimately approach us in a transactional matter.
So you think men prefer to pay for SEX opposed to getting it for free? You don't think we would prefer to get it for free? So it's you guys who are turning it into a transactional. It's you guys who are asking for Birkin bags. It's you guys who are asking for shopping sprees. And we're doing what we have to do to get what we want from you.
The oldest commodity in the world has always been transactional. What is she talking about? They have always wanted resources and exchanged resources and bartered with that box. And the more money that men make as society progresses, the more they require and the more they think they actually deserve. And the OGs, we understand it's all about money. All right? We understand it's about money. At this point, we understand. They always understood. It's about money.
Here it comes. This is what make it all happen right there. That's what make it happen. This will make it happen. If a man want to know how to meet a nice woman, how you meet her? With this. First damn word come out your mouth. I got money. But those not respectable women.
I don't want no respect. I want some ass.
If you believe that all relationships are transactional, you are not a good person. And this is a hill that I am willing to die on, and I want to explain why. If you believe that love is a service that is required to earn your consideration, required to earn your care, required to earn your love, then the follow-up question to that is going to be, in the event if someone is not performing with this checklist, with this guide list in which you have set and most likely have not articulated, what are you willing to do then? And it falls in a couple buckets. The first one, either you're willing to abandon or neglect. Second one, you're willing to manipulate. Third one, you are willing to be petty or cruel. And I think it is important for us to have a conversation on the cruelty that goes into pettiness, because there is an intentionality there.
We can become delusional.
Oh, so y'all victims now. Y'all don't want no cock. You just get tricked into having sex.
Listen, if we I'm gonna say this, my percentage is that, because yes, relationships have become transactional because of how a man approaches a woman.
Sweetie, you really believe what you're saying. You really believe that men are wanting some coochie and saying, hey, I don't want it for free, I'll pay. You really believe that women aren't the ones who turned this thing into transactional with these Birkin bags, with these shots? Listen to Young Miami's song. It's not men who turned this transactional. You know how we know? Hold on. Let me say this. In other communities, guess what? In other communities, we don't have to do for them what we have to do for black women to have sex. They have sex with us because they think black men are God's gift to the planet.
Hey, y'all.
See, a king don't need a king to be a queen, but a queen need a king to be a queen.
Male's ego when it comes to this thing called dating.
Wow, the woman was just sitting at home being a good woman, a loving mom. She wasn't doing anything wrong, even though they're finding out children aren't theirs. He was just abusing her and had her strung along while she was just wanted to be a good married woman.
No, literally. That's because that's crazy.
It is.
We don't have many women in the black community who even care if it's just a smashing relationship. They're not even requesting marriage because a lot of them know what they've done to them lives.
But a lot of women, why a lot of women aren't requesting marriage is because you feel like this, you don't deserve the marriage, because like we just had this conversation a minute ago saying after you have a certain amount of kids,
you don't deserve it.
Deserve to be married, you don't deserve to be valued, respected because you made some mistakes in the past. That is a bold-faced lie.
No. Why is it that when a woman has multiple children, maybe by multiple different men, that she's not qualified now for a good man, a quote-unquote good man, anymore? Like, say if she had her kids in her 20s, because a lot of people, not just females, but we like to blame everything on females when they have kids. Why did you open your legs? Whatever. But a lot of females, we make bad decisions and we choose the bad men that we normally wouldn't choose when our mind is grown. So why is it that when we did that in our 20s or whatever, and now a woman is in her 40s, 45, 46, whatever the case is, and she has these 3 kids that she had in her 20s, that now that she has her own, maybe her own house, her own car, maybe her own business or just a really good job, why is it now that she's still not qualified or valued enough to have a good man because she had 3 kids by 3 different men in her 20s and she made decisions back in her 20s, but now she's this age and she's got herself together, she's not qualified for a good man? I just don't get it.
In order to be respected, reset your clock in order to be respected.
But isn't that what you guys have been doing, keeping on resetting that clock? And it's not working. It's not working. You guys are single at the age of 40 and 50 and 60 and 70. You guys are on Tinder and Plenty of Fish at the age of 60 and 70.
But it's not working because you have men telling you that you don't deserve more than what you actually do. So then you settle for what's in front of you, and then you repeat the pattern over and over again with the same type of man.
Shit, I got a great idea. How about you just listen to men when they talk?
until that man comes along. And if you have to go through a period of being lonely, that's fine. Because unlike what he's saying, you actually deserve exactly what you think you deserve. So
Are
you
you?
gotta
You said a woman. You said a woman deserves what she thinks she deserves.
You are literally,
Yeah.
you are. Because if you have in your mindset, I don't deserve anything, that's exactly what you get.
So women who have been hoes, what do they deserve? Women who have had trains ran on them, what do they deserve?
I'm gonna reframe the deserve
No answer.
word.
I appreciate that. Here's what I think everybody's messing up on. We
You
do
say
damage to ourselves and we get put in the penalty box. A lot of African American women are in the penalty box right now. Right now, they can't get the man that they wish they could get because of some of the things that they did in their past. It's called the penalty box. Just like if we wreck a brand new car, I'll no longer be able to get the purchase price that I got for it. I'm going to have to negotiate. But guess what, women? I'll say women like you're telling these women not to settle. That's crazy.
Super crazy.
So we should be okay. So if these women are,
you're not brand new anymore.
Right back in the same box that you just literally shamed us for being in. It puts us
get
right
somebody on your level. Get somebody on your level.
Undesired. So if you are in a room full of men who think that you're on the low scale for desirable women, it feels like to me you're telling us, if I'm deciding in that moment, no, I deserve more, I can't walk outside of this room into a room where high value men are, and maybe my chances are I'll get one. I think that you're boxing us back in this undesirable box, but then make fun of the undesirable women that are continue to be produced over and over again because they're too scared to walk outside of that box. Because
I think they should be scared. If you've had trains ran on you, if you have 3 children by 2 different men, if you are 220 pounds, you should be scared to approach a high value man.
They say I'm crazy.
Hit the comment section. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I don't know, man. These women out of their mind, man. They living off that hope and not in reality. Catch you on the next one.